For some of you, beautiful unfolding is happening, beautiful experiences of grace are happening. That which we call miracles, actually miracles are just in service to your being. As you're coming to your unassociated being, you'll find a lot of things which the mind could never even fathom and playing out in our life. So it is this emptiness which is flame now, a dream full of grace. You see? And our mind wants to use even these situations as opportunities to bring us back into the idea of personhood, into the idea of separation, into the idea of presuming to know what I want, which is the opposite of surrender. Surrender is, let thy will be done. Handing over existence to existence, as Guruji says. And the mind wants to use even these opportunities where the Supreme Will is unfolding so beautifully, but it wants to use these opportunities to bring back the pretense of my will, my desire, my individual foolish notion that I know what is good for me. I know what is needed to be experienced here. So just like this, allow all of these concepts to come and go as much as you can. And if some idea is picked up, like I want to see my other two grandchildren, then remember that the idea in itself is not as bad as the second punch from the mind, which is the guilt. Oh, you should not have done that. You see? Now you're falling into the trap. So so if you have the salad, don't have the dessert. Yeah, of the conditioning. And it's very natural for some of these ideas to be picked up. And some of them will last momentarily and some of them can last a little longer. But if you pick up the second punch ideas of guilt, resentment, remorse, then those seem to have a more lasting effect. So just as you are doing, it is very beautiful. Allow everything to just unfold as it has been doing, including allowing the thoughts to just come and go. So in one way we can see that desire is the opposite of surrender, isn't it? It is a reinforcement of our pretend individual existence. And very good, you brought up actually the next point which we had to contemplate today, which is, what is attachment? What is attachment? To see this world of objects, millions and billions of objects that we have experienced. How does something become an attachment? So in the same way, we can see when did it start. No, attachment has always been there. You can see that existence continued to exist even prior to this sense of attachment. To look and to see what is it that I call an attachment. That's why the question was, what is it that I am unwilling to give up? Even if it means that I suffer, even if it means that there is misery, is it something in the world of objects? Is it an idea about myself? What are my attachments? And looking more deeply, what is it that we call an attachment? And also note that I'm not giving any answers. I'm just, whatever is coming up, I'm just contemplating along with you. And there are no right and wrong answers really, but it is important not to shy away from these things, to look at these forces, look at these topics.
Father,
Hmm?
I know what came up strong was that I've said more than a couple times that I'd give up everything, that I would give up everything for freedom.
Yeah.
And it feels like this is the mind is trying to use this as like the ultimate test, you know. and so it's making me, it's pulling, that's where the pull is, strongest right there is,
Yes. Yes.
am I really willing to let go and give up this attachment?
Yes.
I was before when I didn't have a chance, but now that they're, showing up, I'm just going to lay it at your feet and give it to you and let it be what it's going to be, because that I can't do anything else.
Yes.
So if you'll just take it for me, please.
Yes. To surrender it is a very worthy attitude to have. And also, here what we're doing is not pushing anything away. We are not saying you should not have this or you must not have this is good or this is bad. We're just shining our light on it. And in the shining our light on it itself, some resistance could be coming up for some of you. And we can just look at that as well. Just like in your case, you can look at and say there are so many millions of children in the world. What makes these three my grandchildren? See, how is it that we can call something mine in this phenomenal realm? What makes it mine? What is the mine? What is the meaning of mine? And once we looked at the meaning of mine, it will lead us to what we mean by me. So if you were to say attachment means that something is mine, let's look at what makes something mine. My children, my grandchildren, my family, my life. It's beautiful to be able to look at these things. And we are looking without judgment. We are looking without conclusions. I even shared this example many times, which is that when I moved into this house, there's a small garden outside which already had some plants and trees. So one day I planted so I put some seeds in the ground just to see how they come up. And I noticed that next day onwards, first I would want to check on those because those were mine, you see. So what is it that made them mine? What is it that makes things mine? My relationship, my security, my money, my master, my freedom, my ideas. What is it that we call an attachment? How is it that something can become mine? Why is everything not mine? Or why is nothing mine, not mine? If all is just appearing and disappearing in this realm, how is it that something is mine and something is not mine? How did it become mine? How did it become yours? These two questions about desire and attachment are leading to two very important questions. Look at the nature of attachment. And be true to your experience. Have complete integrity in your looking for yourself. Don't fall into that trick of getting into some sort of a Advaita denial. Just when you're looking, you get into Advaita denial. Rest of your life seems to be flowing in this flow of desires and attachments. So at least The least you can do for yourself is look at these things. And if there truly is nothing, then just remain empty.